Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome back to another episode of our Gems of War Let's Play series. In today's episode, we're going to be going over teams that can farm souls very early in the game. Many of these teams, or all of these teams I'm going to be showing right now, only use commons, rares, and ultra rares on their base rarity. So they are going to be very easy to obtain. It is important to use soul farming teams pretty much throughout all of the teams that you ever use, at least throw a couple of them in there. The main reason for this is souls are needed to upgrade troops, and the more souls that you naturally gain just from having some kind of soul farming troop on your team, the more souls you will be getting overall as you progress through the game, and that means less time you'll actually have to spend farming souls or doing other means to obtain souls. So we're going to be going over three very easy to build soul related teams today. A lot of these are a bit under leveled, so I am going to be doing them in probably the 1 trophy, maybe the 2 trophy at best, but that's mainly because I'm trying to save some of my souls for the new kingdom that is coming next week. So I'm trying to make sure I don't waste out all my souls quite yet. As you can see here, we are using a fully upgraded, or not fully upgraded, but a double traded Wraith. Main reason for this is the Death Touch. Very powerful effect. Whenever he does skull damage, there's a 10% chance, or he'll place a death mark on them, and that death mark has a 10% chance every single turn that it will kill it until it is cleansed off. Very powerful. It does naturally cleanse off over several turns though. And we are, as I said, a little bit under leveled. We're using 2 level 5s and a 2 level 7s. One good thing about the villager though is it actually summons a werewolf, which will be a higher level, and that werewolf will then summon an even higher level villager, and eventually they'll be up to level 20 or however high they can go at their level cap, which would be 17 and then 18 for the epic that will summon. The main component of this team is our white. It has a lot of things that scale based off of its magic. As you can see here, it has the amount of true damage that it does, the amount of life that it gains, and the amount of souls that it gains, all connected to his magic. And we are getting quite a bit of magic. This is mainly because we have 3 Golvania and 3 Undead on the team, giving us that +2 magic that we need. It is very beneficial with soul farming troops to have that additional magic, and as well as true damage troops. A lot of troops tend to benefit quite a bit by having a little bit of extra magic, and that is what we're mainly utilizing with this team and with that 2 additional bonus. So right off the bat here, I do want to try getting off our white. Our white is, as I said, pretty much the main component of this team. He will be casting the most probably out of anything. So let's get his ability up. All we need for that is a blue. We are using a double blue, +1 yellow, -1 green banner with this. This will help out a lot since we don't actually use green, so there is no drawback to using that banner. And we'll throw this down, get a poke on him just to make sure he doesn't buff up all of his dragons. We'll use this on the dragon egg and hopefully get a mana drain. Of course, it goes for the lifesteal instead, which will mean he'll get a little dragon that'll be annoying and may transform into another dragon, but it is a low enough level that we should be able to kill it out if it does become a problem. So we'll do this, hope for a brown, or purple I meant, but we didn't get it. I was hoping that we could get like some kind of insanely lucky cascade there, and it was worth a shot, but we'll go for the blues here. Just keep getting up our blue related mana troops, as we do have a +3 on blue right now, 1 from white's first trait and additional 2 from the banner that we are currently using. He does do a lot of damage with that. Wow, quite a bit of damage, but he will likely cast his ability next turn, so we'll do that. We actually get the drain when I wanted to true damage, so that was the move, exact move I wanted to go for next turn. Unfortunately, the AI did indeed take it from us. We could go for some purple here and hope for some kind of cascade. I think I might just play it safe though. Actually no, we'll go and drain him out. There we go, we drain all of his mana so he cannot cast. He'll take that, and we'll take the skull afterwards. He does have a very high skull damage right now. Hopefully the Death Touch will actually kill him. And now there are a couple targets that we have as far as things that we can hit. I think I'm going to go for the Dragonet, just because we do create some purples from our ability, and I don't want those purples accidentally giving him something. And there goes the Death Mark. It just instantly killed his hero. Very beneficial. As long as they don't have immunity to Death Mark, that will be able to instant kill pretty much everything. So right here, we have a couple targets that we can do. I think I'm going to go for the Dragon Net. We actually have this on an extra turn, so we'll just convert those blues over. Fortunately, destroying those blues is taking away quite a bit of our potential mana for our White and Wraith, though it's not going to matter too much because we pretty much already won at this point. Normally, with a Banshee in this kind of team, you only use her once, and that one time is to try to get a extra turn. So right here, let's go for the guarantee kill, and then we'll just start chipping down the egg, which should be relatively easy to do. Or the Death Mark will just instantly kill it, and we don't even need to worry about anything. That is also something that can happen. So let's see what we get for our next one. The next team that we were going to be using is a bit more leveled, so I probably could take out the 2 trophy here. It is very simple to build. This is actually why I have it so leveled, because it only uses 2 different things. Warlock is particularly easy to trade up because every single person in the entire game starts in Broken Spire, and a lot of early game players don't actually switch from Broken Spire, so we tend to get a lot of brown and blue related trait stones early on in the game, which is perfect for getting up a Necromancer and his 2 first traits in particular. Necromancy, 50% extra souls per battle, and the Water Spirit, which with used with other blue troops, will give an additional blue per blue ally, including itself. So we're getting 3 additional magic on him, which will bring him up to a 15, which is pretty nice. Plus, he has a 2-to-1 ratio on purples removed, and since we don't actually use purples, that'll be even better. You may notice that we're on a +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. We do use brown, yet we have a -1 brown. Main reason for this is Valkyrie on its own will be able to do that. Plus, Valkyrie is our main soul farmer, so we need to be able to make sure we can keep getting her up. Mine is currently doing 8 souls per cast, and she gets to convert all of a select color into blue. So we're mainly going to be utilizing our Valkyrie to keep spamming as much as we can, and that will be giving us a good portion of the souls that we are gaining. You may notice our soul cap at the top there says 0 out of 100. These are from all of the Warlocks that are triggering 50% towards that. I'm not quite sure on console, but on PC and mobile right now, it actually no longer matters if your troops with Necromancy die. This used to matter, but now if you lose a troop with Necromancy, it'll have no effect on the amount of souls you gain at the end of the battle. So right here, he's going to go for the skulls. I guess we'll kind of just let him. So he'll go for those. We'll probably go for a yellow right here, try getting the rest of our mana. Maybe even get an extra turn somewhere within there. And yes, we do. Very nice. Right now, we'll want to use a Valkyrie. I'll use this on brown, or since we have a -1 on the brown, might as well use it on that color. Of course, it would also be even more beneficial to use on a color we don't actually use, though we do want to try to not use it on purple because that would get rid of the damage potential on our on all of our troops here. I actually completely forgot what he's named. That is sad. Yeah, Warlock. They are called Warlocks. So let's go and throw one of these down. We might need to do a little bit of counting. Then again, there's already so many purples that we already know that this is going to kill basically anything it touches. So we'll throw that at his first slot. Get a little bit of skull maybe. No, we do not get the skulls. He's actually going to get some blue out of it, a couple other things. Though he doesn't really have too big of a damage source other than his last slot, which we will be able to one-shot as long as... Actually, we already have enough base damage to one-shot. He is exactly 15. So regardless of what we do, it will die. And look at that. We have the perfect 1 HP to survive with. We'll get a double skull poke right there for the kill. Very lucky right there. Nice cascade. We have our Valkyrie back up. And we'll be able to utilize that to do something. Again, we'll convert out the brown, get the rest of our Warlocks up. From there, we will probably just kill one of them. Let's see. We don't have that many purple on the board. Let's see. That's 16, 17, 18 damage, and that is indeed enough to kill. We'll use our first slot one first because he's probably going to die very soon. So it's better to use him so we still have our ability up. So right there, he's going to waste his whole skull just to do 1 damage. Plus, we already used the ability, so we don't even need to worry about it. And we can throw this down again, and that will be the kill. And we get a pretty solid amount of souls right there. We just got 70 souls, plus whatever our armor is boosting it by, and whatever other bonuses. and that gives us up to 112 souls. So not bad for a single battle that basically went at a normal speed of any other battle that we would be doing. Plus, it was able to take out the true trophy, though all of these actually could take out 2 or 3 trophies if we actually had them leveled and everything further. So right here, I think I will take the easier one right here because these are, again, a bit under leveled. 2 level 4s, a level 5, and our giant spiders, our main one, at level 13. What we're essentially going to be doing here, I actually have the banner set to a double blue instead of a double green. The main reason for this is Black Beast will not be casting an excessive amount, and we want to be able to get our giant spider up quickly so we can start using these wargs. Wargs can do quite a bit of damage once you start getting souls, and that is what we're going to try to be utilizing in this battle right here. So let's just double check the board. We could get a warg up right now, but I think I'm going to go for the blue mana. Very important that we get that up. If we can get one more blue pair, it's kind of like the Rife team we were just using. Blues are pretty important to be getting. So I think I am going to go for some reds here just to make sure that we can start getting up our abilities. He does have quite a bit of damage on us. Quite a bit stronger in that regard, mainly from the under leveling that we are. But I will go for probably a skull. Play it safe. And yes, he doesn't get any kind of follow-up right there, so that is safe for us. We'll take another skull, and as long as all goes well, we'll be able to just kill that out. He's just taking a little bit of mana right there. Dragon Moth actually is probably the worst dragon in the game. Pretty close to it, if not. But we'll do that little tap there. It'll do 10 damage, plus whatever, I believe a 2-to-1 based on our souls. It doesn't actually do that initially, though. So it doesn't do like an extra 5 damage to whatever the number is initially. But now it does, because we have 11 souls. That means we'll be doing 5 additional damage. So that means his cast will do 15 damage whenever we get it off. So that'll be pretty nice whenever we can. Right now, I will want to probably go for these blues. This will help to fill them up. We'll likely use this on reds, as it seems to be the best color alignment at the moment. Though, of course, him doing that will change that. Let's use it on yellow, which I don't believe we're actually using on this team. No, we are not. So we'll do that. We'll get some blues out of it as well, which will help get our bat back up. That gives us all the mana that we actually need. And now we can start poking around. We even get a nice treasure map. Those are very beneficial this week as well because of the event that's currently going on. But we'll just throw this down at his main damage source. So we'll just throw that down. Hopefully he does not aim at the one that has mana. And of course he does, but it is not enough to actually kill it. It will in a couple turns. It did entangle, but that means nothing. That's only attack. If it entangle, if it would have webbed us and did the magic, then that would have mattered. Though right now we have 20 damage because of the 2-to-1 on our souls, so that will be enough to kill it off. And now we will be doing 25 damage because of how high our souls are. Actually, scratch that, 26, because we also got a soul from actually killing it. So let's see if we can get some of the purples right here. I think I'm going to go for green, even though that's kind of a color our Black Beast needs. We haven't really been utilizing our Black Beast at all. Our wargs alone can destroy everything. The Black Beast is mainly a backup as a tank for when we lose our first warg, so we can keep summoning these little spiders in first slot, and then our Black Beast can keep eating those spiders that spawn in that first slot. So right here, we do have enough damage to kill it. We are gaining that 16 additional damage for 26 total. So instead of taking that skull right there, we will go for the kill to make sure he can't buff up. And now that will just leave his egg, which is pretty straightforward on killing. So we'll just go and take these. Mainly taking those for the skull. Obviously, we don't need the yellow mana, just trying to look for the cascades here. We'll let it kill. Maybe we'll be able to show the dragon, or not the dragon, the Black Beast combo here with the giant spider. So if we can just get some blue mana, we'd be able to show that. Though we do want to make sure he doesn't get any yellow if we can help to do so. So we'll take it that way to make sure he... Oh, nope, he can still take yellow. Oh, that's not good then. Just don't want him summoning his ability. We only have one more life. Actually, I think that's enough damage to kill right there, isn't it? Look at that. It's hanging on by a single life right there. And he will be able to get that 20 additional damage for a total of 30. He only had 25. And there we go. We didn't even need to use the Black Beast with Giant Spider combo to keep making little spiders to eat. The wargs alone with their soul gains and everything else was able to do it. And as you can see, there we got the 64. The reason it was so much lower this time was because we didn't have the necromancies like our warlocks had in the previous battle. But yeah, those are some very easy to build soul farming teams. As you all know, I normally use the Dragon Soul, but Dragon Soul is a legendary, pretty hard to obtain because it's a random drop from Glory, Gem Keys, and Guild Chests. But it is possible to get it. I mean, the Dragon Soul is definitely probably the best soul farming troop in the entire game. I just didn't want to use him in here. Wanted to keep it all to commons, ultra rares, and rares, as they are the easiest to obtain, and pretty much everyone will have the assets required to actually make these themes. Anyways, if you have any additional questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.